1970 in the Waterford Strands into the Hall of Fame would be the understatement of understatements for me. As a young son of the coach who coached the Strands for 10 years in the 60s, I guess my claim to fame in basketball in those days was I don't think there's anybody in this town that saw the Strands play or practice more than I did. Anyway. After winning 7 Nova Scotia and 5 Maritime basketball titles between the years 1959 and 1966, the already legendary Waterford Strands, the Gall sports dynasties, went through a few lean years with the retirement of a few key players and a farm system not quite stocked enough to continue their dominance on the court. That all changed in 1970 under the guidance of new coach and former player Karl Marsh, and the arrival of 5 university and former high school stars who bolster a lineup that still include some seasoned veterans. After winning the Nova Scotia title, the Strands prepared to host the Maritime Championships against the New Brunswick champions from Petty Kodiak, led by University star Dave Nutbrown, among others, in a 2-game total point series that would go down as the greatest and most exciting weekend of basketball ever held in Waterford. The Strands trailed a 2-game series from the start, before finally forcing a tie in the dying seconds of Game 2 as a capacity home crowd almost raised the roof off the gym as Mr. Basketball, Donnie MacAulay, sunk a free field goal and then made good on a free throw as time ran out in regulation time. The Strands scored the only 5 points in overtime, thanks in large part to the defensive prowess of Phil Legere, winning 162-157, copying another Maritime title in dramatic fashion. Nutbrown scored 61 points in the 2 games, including 40 in the opening game. Top scorer for the winners was George Hughes, 49 points in 2 games. However, little did the joyous fans who left the gym that Sunday evening know it would be the last time senior basketball would be played at that level in the Waterford, marking an end of a dynasty that we will never see again. And to this day, the 1970 Waterford Strands are regarded by many as the greatest senior basketball team in the history of our storied town. Members of that team were the 5 university players, George Hughes, Donnie MacAulay, Simon Chiasson, Lowell Cormier, and Phil Legere, along with seasoned veterans like John Gillis, Mike Roberts, Ruck MacNeil, Francis McKenzie, Freddie Connors, and Jimmy Pasher. And it gives me great honor, and I'd like to call up John Gillis and Philip Legere to accept the award for the 1970 Waterford.